welcome back. So just moving along. So what I've actually been able to do since the last clip is get the ceiling up. I didn't film carpeting it because I think I had far too much footage actually in retrospective thoughts about carpeting the side. So it's pretty much exactly the same process of lining the wood, spraying and then dropping the carpet in. So what I did was I screwed it using very short wood screws to the batons that I showed you previously as well, and then offered that up and secured that in place. Now I did use as well, just as a little tip, some little bits of masking tape just to identify where the screws could be mounted. So equally same here, there's a long channel along this roof of course. So did find that helpful for positioning and placing, largely when you're doing this on your own. I did have a bit of help just to push this up from my wife whilst I screwed in the various points. And of course the wiring for the lights is all connected, so they are in a series, so one after the other. I'll drop an image just below that I used from Google Images just to help me with Welcome back. So as I left you just yesterday, the bed was largely completed, with just some final tweaks to be done. The front unit that's going to house the electrics is also done, but for both of them I'm going to be building a drawer. What I'm moving on to today is to start to build out this kitchen cabinet. So I've mocked up already sort of space it's going to fill here. So I've got a 30cm depth, and I forget the distance here, but what I've essentially decided to do is run the course of this panel, still leaving enough room to gain access from the side. But what I'm using to make this more square, and I wish I had this before but it only arrived yesterday, is these Temu squares. So I love a Temu purchase. So what arrived yesterday all the way from China and shipped by land nonetheless are these brackets that you put around the corners of the furniture, the cabinet, whatever it is you're making, and you brace them with these screwed threads. So I thought it was pretty cool, and it's certainly going to help me give more of a square edge, because all my sort of corners aren't perfectly square, but this is certainly going to help me improve. So I'll be using that going forward, but I'm just mocking this up. I've got this end panel cut already. The front is obviously there, but it's going to have cutouts for whatever may exist in there. I'm not sure whether it's going to be drawers, whether there's going to be a sink to the top, whether there's going to be a cabinet at the back. I haven't made all those decisions yet, but I just wanted the cabinet carcass, if you like, to be made up. So the first piece I'm going to cut will be that end piece. So I've just taken my measurements. I'm going to have to do some tweaks to handle the curves of the body of the van. But once I've got that mocked up, it's held square, I can start thinking about using my pocket jig to put the corners together. And then I can start to decide, well, do I want a drawer? Do I want a cabinet door? Do I want something else? But I do know, of course, that on this end towards the front is going to house the electrics. So it's got the main switches, the cigarette lighter, the USB ports, the battery monitor. That's just going to be the master override to everything, inclusive of the lights, eventually the diesel heater, and any other power that I decide to put inside the van, or things that require power. So I'll get that cut up, I'll get this put together, and I'll come back with an update for you. See you in a minute. Okay, so that's the kitchen unit mocked up. So use these Temu braces just to hold that together, and it will give me my square edge. So pocket jig is going to hold these together. And if I just come round to the other side, start to get a sense for what's going on here. So I've marked this cutout here because what I'm planning on mounting just there is the master override to all the electrics, the voltage meter for the leisure battery, as well as these 2 ports there. So you've got a regular cigarette lighter, which I could probably use for my my cool fridge, my compressor fridge, and then you've got a pair of USB ports, both 2.1 amps, so not massive, but probably just enough to charge a phone or a battery or for cameras, whatnot. So if I just come inside real quick. So I'm thinking of cutting 2 doors that are opening from here, and because this is going to have the back of the master switch there, and I'll probably have the diesel heater controller on that front as well, this will just be a little slot out panel so I can gain access to it should I need to. So that'll just have a little circular hole, and it'll probably have some magnets, I'm thinking, at least for now. That'll just pop off, and then to the lower half just here, I'm thinking I'll equally make that another door. So I've got plenty of storage for whatever I think I'll be doing next. So I'll put this middle brace in as well. That's just going to probably mount the hinges for this door, and on this side, obviously on the rear end, the hinges will be mounted there. So these will have 2 swinging doors. There's quite a sizable space in there, so not yet decided whether I'm going to go down the route of adding a sink, but potentially a sink could be dropped there. The 2 water containers in the bottom with a small tap, that's an option. Equally, there's enough space, or there will be, once the worktop is on, once it's all built and ready, to do some camping, cooking on here with a small gas burner that I have. So that should be good. And then what I'll probably do once this is completed is make a start on this drawer here using the bargain £5 runners that I found from a car boot on Sunday. And I've probably got just enough plywood, and I'm quite surprised actually. I've managed to build all of this from just 2 sheets of plywood so far, and I've got enough scrap from the cuts that I've made to build the drawer at least for in here. The runners obviously are already there, ready to go, and I may just have one more drawer potentially just in here. So this will either be a drawer, it's just going to be sort of sliding by friction as opposed to runners, I think, just to keep the cost down. I don't want to go and buy some extra runners if I don't really need it, and that's just going to have the ability to pull that out and be able to store things away in there. And equally, I've got this storage compartment under the bed there. I might just leave that open, but I did actually cut the front piece just here. So what I could do is have that on some magnets just loosely in place that you can just pull away and then gain access to whatever you need from the inside. So that can be decided later. That's not too big a deal. That's more sort of finishing touches, I would say. So yeah, not too bad progress so far. If you do like this content, do keep the comments coming. Do like the videos and subscribe equally, so you won't miss future updates. And also it helps raise the visibility of this channel to other folks that are either planning a budget build, perhaps don't know where to start, and I'll be happy to help out. You can contact me through the comments. That's all for now. I'll come back when I'm a bit further along. Bye for now. Welcome back. So a few days on, and I've actually just made a fair amount of progress. So as I left you, I was just starting to get the cupboards built and set in their places in the £500 camper van. And so what I've actually done, fast forwarded a little bit and made a bit more progress than I intended to. Didn't capture it all on film, of course, but I've actually now got the furniture built and painted just simply using some Rust-Oleum matte furniture paint in the black sand colour. So top half of the bed, main part of the bed with a sliding drawer fitted. I'll show you this once the paint is dry and it's all set in the van. And then the front bench. I also did manage to make an order. So I've placed an order for the seat cushions. So after a bit of digging, looking around in Facebook groups and whatnot, decided to make a purchase from a particular seller on eBay. So what I'll do is I'll give a link to that listing that I actually purchased. So it cost about £110 if I recall, or 170 total for cushions of 10 centimetre depth for the various uses that I'm going to have. So once they arrive in a future update, I'll of course share that with you. So I'm going to leave the video here today, because once the paint is dry on that furniture I've just shown you there, that's then just going to be refitted, and I'll come back to you in the very next episode to showcase what the new furniture looks like, and I'll probably get into the start of the electrics. So got all the electric components ready to go, and that's exactly what I'll be covering in the next installment. So thanks for watching, take care, bye bye.